YouTube, what is good, baby? Welcome to the Dortmund rebuild. This is a different style of rebuild that I'm bringing to my channel. I'm going to be rebuilding my team, my favorite team, Dortmund, until we win the Champions League final. I'm not going to play any games until we reach the Champions League final. If you guys want to see me play in actual games and get cooked because I'm not really good at the gameplay yet, you can check out the Newcastle career mode that's going on live right now. But my game plan for this career mode is to sell all of the old players. I'm just going to completely flip this team around. I'm going to read everybody who's above except Marco Royce, because I'm not going to sell him. But players like Hummels, Modest, Meyer, players just above the age of development, they're probably going to get going. And the one thing I'm going to set on this Dortmund career mode, just to keep it somewhat realistic, is I'm going to let go of one player of my starting 11 every single season. So if this is something that y'all want to see on the channel, drop a like, drop a comment down below, let me know who I should rebuild next, and make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn that bell on so you never miss an upload. And with all that being said, let's hop into some business. Alright, so if you guys do not know, Dortmund had one heck of a transfer window. They brought in players of the likes of Özcan, they brought in players like Schlotterbeck, they brought in Adeyemi, they brought in Modest, they brought in Nicolas Sewell, they brought in Aller, even though get well soon, Aller. Anybody else? We brought in my boy Bino Gittins last year, and this boy, I'm telling you, I watched him play. It was like the first game of the season. I don't remember off the top of my head who we were playing, but he just looked like a shining star. He looks like he is going to be something special. The young Englishman, he is a player to look out for. And our scout future star is my man Alexander Meyer, right mid, 66 overall off jump, 78 to 94 potential. My boy is going to get promoted straight into the senior squad. My boy Meyer might be in line to get some playing time immediately, because if you guys know, one thing about Dortmund is they love to play their young bucks immediately. He looks like he would be 72 overall as a striker, so that also could be something that we can look at. But I will keep you guys updated on what decision or what position I plan to play him in. So here we are. I've done a little bit of transfer business off screen, but the players that I've sold, Julian Brandt, I know that might not be a popular one. Again, I've said that a couple times. He's gone to Real Madrid for 60 million euros. I feel like that is a sensational deal. Modest has gone to Hoffenheim. Schultz has gone to Toulouse, I don't know how to say that. And Paslak is gone to Nantes, and I've loaned out a couple youngsters. But there is one player by the name of Frimpong that I'm looking to bring in, the right back, that from the Netherlands, that I'm looking to bring in from Bayer Leverkusen. Because one thing about Dortmund is we will buy any type of player from any type of German club. So I want to hop into negotiations with Leverkusen and see what they're talking about for this man Frimpong. We have struck a deal with Bayer Leverkusen for the signing of Frimpong, our brand new right back, our brand new fullback. And if you guys do not know, this is the brand new screen on FIFA 23. I'm going to shut up and just let y'all listen to the music and just let y'all watch what happens after we get signings into the club. It looks like he's getting his medical. I know I said I'm going to shut up, but I'm not going to. I contradict myself all the time. But my boy's just on the bike, getting his medical done, making sure his fitness is right. And here he is, rocking the Dortmund kit, our brand new signing, the 21-year-old from the Netherlands, signed from Bayer Leverkusen for a fee of 33 mil. Let's see what kind of grade they give us. It's got to be a good grade. That is a great deal for a young player who's going to come in right away and start, and then it's going to give us a B rating. Hey, that's cool with me. Another player that I'm looking to bring in here is a player by the name of Madueke. One thing about Dortmund, another thing about Dortmund is they signed a young Englishman. We're going to sign him from PSV. He's going to come over to Dortmund. We're going to develop him into an absolute stud. He's going to just, my boy Jadon Sancho called him up and said, yo, if you want to become the next greatest thing, if you want to sell for 100 mil, sign for Dortmund. And this is exactly what he's going to do. They won Mats Hummels. I'm honestly interested in a player swap. If y'all want to get talking to business, we can talk to business. I will give you Thorgan Hazard. If you want to give me him for 3 mil on top of Thorgan Hazard, I will gladly let this go. And they're going to accept that 3 million euros on top of Thorgan Hazard for the signing of Madueke. We're going to hop into negotiations with them and get him into the club. I'm not going to show the cutscene again, but I will let y'all see the transfer negotiations and what we go through. He is going to get a rotational role for me just because, you know, he wants an important squad role. It is what it is. I'll give it to him. He wants a 4-year deal. That's cool with me. My boy is on such cheap wages. He wants no release clause. Perfect. Welcome. And I'm going to offer him, like, I'm going to double his wages, and I'm going to give him a 300K signing on bonus. He's going to say yes to this. I already know it, and that is a reasonable offer. Madueke is now a Dortmund player. I'm skipping this cutscene just because I'm not going to see it. It's the same cutscene every single time, so you guys are not missing a single thing. Just imagine the same thing you saw with Frimpong, and just with a different face. But Madueke, I got a C rating for that. It's probably because I traded Thorgan Hazard, but Thorgan Hazard was all he was going to do was take playing time away from my younger players. Welcome to the club, Madueke. And one more signing that I'm going to make, I know I've been making a lot of signings, is my boy Koku, the Turkish from Feyenoord. See what kind of rating they give us for this. 37.5 mil for him. They will give us a D. Alrighty, I mean, it is what it is, baby. But there's two players that I was interested in bringing in. I might honestly bring both of them in. But they go by the names of Juan Miranda, 22-year-old from Real Betis, and Luka Netz from Mönchengladbach, 19-year-old, 73 overall. But I'm probably going to bring in both of them in, so I'm going to hop into transfer negotiations with both clubs just to, get some depth at the position, just to, let them fight for the position, see who can develop faster and win that over 18 mil. I feel like that's a fair price. His rating was like 16, and we get a D rating. It is what it is. We're going to hop into contract negotiations with that boy Luka Netz. We'll probably get him for way significantly less. This is going to be more of a developmental year than anything else, just like Dortmund potentially could be in real life the way they're looking. But they gave us a B rating for this one, which is A. It's much better than the rating that we got for our signing Miranda. So just to give y'all a quick recap, we sold Julian Brandt to Real Madrid for 60 mil. We sold Guerrero to Leverkusen for 45 mil. We signed my boy Koku from Feyenoord for 37.5. We bought Frimpong for Leverkusen for 33. We bought Madueke for 3 mil plus Thorgan Hazard from PSV, which is a heck of a steal, if I might add. Juan Miranda from Betis for 18 mil. We sold my boy Wolf to Porto for 14.5 mil and got Luka Netz to Dortmund for 8.3 mil. Modest, I already went over all of these, correct? Yes, we did. Arsenal came knocking for Milan. They paid 55 mil for him. He's only 80 overall. They paid 55 mil. I got an A rating for that, and I sold Hummels simply because he was going to take playing time from Slaughterbeck and Nicolas Sul, and I just did not want him to impose on that. And I love Hummels. Thank you for all you've done for Dortmund. I really do appreciate you. I did not want to sell you, but it's all part of the rebuild, man. So I am going to just sign one more player because I was going to sign a backup winger, but I just looked at our depth and we just have plenty of players who can fill in if needed. But center back position, we were definitely lacking. So I'm going to hop into negotiations here for my boy Simakan from Leipzig and see what we can do, see if we can get business with them and get this contract done. And 33 mil straight up gets accepted. So we're going to hop into contracts and get that done, and I will show you all the grade that we get. 33 mil for him, that is exactly his market value. I think we're going to get a pretty significant grade here, and we get a B. That's actually pretty good compared to the stuff that I've been getting this episode, but it is what it is. The player value was 33. We got him for 33. Personally, I think that's a good deal. It says not good enough, but it's good enough for me. So we definitely now are going to simulate to the January transfer window. I will see you guys there. We are sitting here. We still have 145 mil to work with if we need to make some changes to the squad, but I'll let you guys know when we get there. So we are sitting here. We just got to January. We are first place in the Bundesliga, sitting above RB Leipzig, and Bayern Munich is down in 6th place. Oof, I did not expect to see that. Let's see how we did in the Champions League. I honestly have not been paying much attention to that. We are in the round of 16, and we got a lucky draw. Alan Yaspor, I'm not exactly sure who that is or where they're from, but hey, that is a wonderful draw for me. And a little update on the players that we have been doing transfer business with. I know Mohamed Dahoud, his release clause did get paid by Leverkusen. He's gone for 46 mil, and I sold Emre Can. He's going back to Juventus for 40 mil. I have done some scouting, and I have players that I have my eyes on. Ryan Gravenberch, I know he just signed to Bayern from Ajax, but if you guys have been following the Bundesliga, you would know that he is a little unsettled because he is not getting any playing time, and Bayern will not sell him, so I guess I will have to find a new center mid. And I actually have one here by the name of Amadou Onana from Everton. I'm going to bring him into the club, 21-year-old, 75 overall. He is going to be our new backup center mid. Alrighty, so we have brought in my boy Amadou Onana to the club on a 4-year contract, a very cheap deal. He is going to be a rotational guy, and he got a D for a decent buy. I mean, it is what it is. You're not going to please everybody. And the other winger that I'm interested in bringing in goes by the name of Vanderson, the Brazilian who plays for Monaco. We just need depth at the wing position. We currently have, we've loaned everybody out that plays depth backup right now, so we're going to hop into negotiation with them and try to get him for 20 mil. I feel like that is a great deal for a 21-year-old, 76 overall, and we got an F, bad negotiation. It is what it is, man. He has 19 games, 8 goals, and our youth academy guy they both have 19 games, but I don't want them splitting reps. I want my youth academy guy to develop fully. I want him getting all the reps. Maybe that's a bit selfish, but it is what it is. But if you look here, Adeyemi is leading the club in goals with 11 goals, 2 assists. Marco Reus with 10 and 4. Koku, he is getting his appearances taken away from the other Turkish guy, but I'm cool with them splitting reps. It is what it is. The center mids are going to rotate. Jude Bellingham is doing his thing. you know, he is just the general in the middle of the pitch. So we were sitting here at the end of season 1. We unfortunately got booted from the Champions League to Atletico Madrid, and the quarterfinals. Yeah, we got booted in the quarterfinals. It was actually close. We drew the first game and only lost 2-1 in the second leg. But we do have the DFB Pokal final that we're going to simulate right now. Let's see if we can pull out the dub. I'm going to simulate with the squad that I want to play, the squad that should be starting every game, and we do win. We got some silverware in the first season, winning. Shout out Madueke for scoring the goal in the 80th minute to solidify that W. My boy Adeyemi carried the squad, +7 overall. He got 28 goals, 8 assists. Marco Reus with 19 and 6. Jude Bellingham with 13 and 15. Madueke with 13 and 7. Haller 13 and 1. He stole a lot of minutes from our youth academy guy, but he still had 8 and 2, +10 overall. My boy Naf on loan. He's coming back next year. 11 and 2. My boy Koku with 10 assists. Who else? And I believe that's all I'm going to show. But if you guys look here at the Young Bulls, who we loaned out, +2, +4, +3, +3, +6, +5, +2, +4, +4. You know, our players got some good development when they were out on loan. But that's gonna conclude the first season. And another thing that I completely forgot to check. I'm sitting here at the end of the season. We won the Bundesliga, so we actually did the double in season 1. If you guys see here, Bayern actually made a comeback, but they fought hard, but they just could not do enough to win. So we won the Bundesliga and we won the DFB Pokal, but unfortunately we lost to Atletico Madrid, who went on to win the Champions League in the quarterfinals. Very close game on aggregate. Who won the Europa League? It is Manchester United. They defeated Ajax. How ironic is that? Let's look at the Conference League, see who won that. Real Sociedad beat Villarreal, the Spanish battle in that. And yeah, so that is officially going to conclude season 1. We're gonna Jude Bellingham. I was going to sell him to an English club, and look who comes knocking, Liverpool. I'm going to hop into negotiations with them, but I'm going to make sure to get a good value for him. His market value is 121. It can get up to 197 for him. So I'm going to hop into negotiations with them, and I'll let you know how much I sell him for. Liverpool's playing hard to get. I started with 160. They said no. I said 140. They said no. And now I'm going to offer 130. They just keep trying to throw players on there, and they're going to accept that. 130 mil for Jude Bellingham. That is a lot less than I wanted to let him go for, but it's just that realism factor that I want to at least try to keep into place, even though I just flipped half the squad in the first season. Ryan Gravenberch would be a good shout. It would, you know, keep him in the Bundesliga. He's not getting a lot of PT at Bayern Munich, so him joining, I'm actually going to, I think I just talked myself into signing him. I'm going to hop into negotiations with Bayern Munich and bring him into the club, and then I'm going to sim a week, and I'm going to bring Kai Havertz back into the club. Yes, he is 1 year older than Jude Bellingham and 6 overalls lower, but he also got him for 60 million less, and we got an A rating for that. Shout out the boy, Ryan Gravenberch. Welcome to Dortmund, and welcome to the reign, the new era that we are creating here at Borussia Dortmund. And Kai Havertz is now a member of Borussia Dortmund. He is coming back home to the motherland. This is a different sound. Is this going to be a different cutscene? Oh, it is a little different. Hold on. Nicolas Soule is welcoming him into the club. We got the manager here. We got the trainer. He's taking his medical, running on the treadmill. Oh, this is a little different cutscene here. Hold on now. Look at the boys. Okay. This is actually dope. Say what's up to the squad, you know what I'm saying? They're welcoming. Maybe it's because he's a higher rating player or something. We got Kobel and Nicolas Soule welcome him to the club, but welcome to Dortmund, Kai Havertz, and welcome back to Germany, where your career started. Look at the man. That's actually dope. That's dope. I like that cutscene. I'm glad they have more than just one. And we are going to get an A rating for that one. Wow, back-to-back A rating. Excellent deal. Kai Havertz. You know, we got an A rating for Gravenberch, we got an A rating for Kai Havertz, and we are just doing what we got to do. So we're sitting here still in summertime, but I'm not going to make any more transfer business. I'm going to run this team and see what they can do. It is slightly, I mean, you could say it's a little bit worse, but look at the development from the back line. Everybody's +80 overall, the entire lineup, minus our scout future star, who is developing rapidly. He will probably catch up to the rest of the squad after this season because Sebastian Haller is now gone. Makoko is going to be the backup striker. We just have a lot of depth. I mean, you guys say that when we have 3 people in the reserves, but the entire squad is loaned out right now. All of the youth guys that we have developed, we found some gems that I just have not shown, but they're all on loan right now. This is a squad we're going to roll out, so let's see what we can do. I will see you guys in the January transfer window. And I know I said that we were going to be done with transfer business, but RB Leipzig came in with an offer for our backup center back that I just could not refuse. The 82-year-old, he was done developing for the season. Yeah, he was 82 overall, 23 or something like that. He was unhappy at the club. He wanted to leave. 50 mil for him. I feel like that is a fine deal. So we're gonna hop into. I got an A rating for that. Like I said, we bought him for 33, sold him for 50. That's 17 mil profit. That is the Dortmund way of doing things. So I'm gonna hop into the scouting and see which kind of center backs we can bring in, because our squad depth is absolutely at the bare minimum. All right, so the player that I have targeted to replace the center back that we lost is Gabriel, the former Arsenal man. He is going to just bring that veteran leadership that we are pretty much lacking. The only really veteran that we have on this squad is Marco Reus, and I'm just not paying 62 for him. They can just kick rocks with that. I'll offer you 52 for him, and they're going to accept that 52 mil for Gabriel. Just like that, we have signed that man Gabriel to the club. He will be our backup center back. 52 mil, I feel like that's a fair price. It's only 2 mil more than we sold our other center back for. We are going to get an A rating for that. Shout out the man Gabriel. Welcome to Borussia Dortmund. All right, so this man Ozkan, he was in my office every single day talking about he's not getting no PT, he needs playing time, rah rah rah. But I simply just told him to get better, and he didn't like that. So he requested a transfer outside of the club, so I granted that. So it was between this auto-generated player, it might be Luka Modric region, I'm not 100% sure, or my boy Kone. So I just wanted to go for the realism factor, get a fellow Bundesliga man to the club. Shout out my boy Kone. I'm going to hop into negotiations with Mönchengladbach. We've been very good with them. We've done a couple of business deals with them, so hopefully, you know, we keep this pressure going. 40 mil for him, but 81 overall, 22-year-old. That is a great deal, and I feel like the rating will show for that good squad player. He's not going to bad negotiation. Excuse me? I don't understand this rating system in this game, but hey, we got a new center mid, and we are going to conclude the January transfer window. That's all the business I'm going to do. We have advanced out of the knockout rounds barely, but yeah, I'll catch you guys at the end of the season and see if we are going to do any damage in the Champions League. All right, so Season 2 has just come to an end, and things did not go as we planned. We got second place in the Bundesliga. We lost to Leipzig. We took one step back in everything. We lost the DFB Pokal. We got eliminated to Bayern Munich in the semifinals. And then in the Champions League, if you just take a look at this the draws that we got here, we barely made it out of the group stage. First off, we won on the very last game, and we needed to win. We beat Real Betis in the 90th minute, courtesy of Marco Reus. First legs, round of 16, we got drawn up against PSG. We actually beat them 5-2 on aggregate. Second leg, we got Real Madrid, and we lost 6-3 on aggregate. And Real Madrid is playing Liverpool in the finals right now. But you know what I'm saying? We did what we could. The squad is, we're going to have to make some changes if we really want to win this Bundesliga and the Champions League in the future seasons. But Madueke with 23 goals, 7 assists. Youth Academy +5, 18.6. Adeyemi, 17-6. Kai Havertz, 10-6. It's not the best debut season for him. You want it a little bit more from your camp, but it is what it is. Marco Reus, and probably his last season in a role for us at Dortmund. He did pretty well. Gravenberch with 8 assists. Koku with 7 assists. Madueke, actually, his development got stalled, but I want to see what the Youth Academy guys did on their growth. +2, +2, +4, +3, +1. And that's not what you want to see. +2, +2, +3, +2, +12. He got promoted to the Youth Academy. Don't let that fool you. +1, +12 again. He got promoted and positions changed and whatnot. +2, +6. Okay. +7. Okay. +6. What did my boy Beno? +4. That is what I want to see. All right. So we are sitting here with Season 3. I'm very unsettled with the results that we've been getting with the squad. So all I'm going to say is buckle up, because I have big plans for this season. I'm going to flip a lot of players into a lot of even bigger players. So yeah, this is going to get really wicked. The first player that I have sold and gotten rid of is Juan Miranda. We have bought him for 18 mil, flipped him for 62 mil, and that is good business if you ask me. Whatever it takes to get him into the club. And ladies and gentlemen, I have made a significant splash into the squad. The man, the myth, the legend, the former Bayern Munich, the current Bayer Leverkusen left back in this save, Alphonso Davies. He is taking his medical. I'm not going to watch this full. But we splashed the cash, 125 million for him. They better give me an A, and they're gonna give me an A because we flipped Juan Miranda into Alphonso Davies, and that on its own, if that doesn't deserve a sub from you guys, I simply don't know what does. I told y'all we are not messing around this transfer window, and I mean it. Ladies and gentlemen, I tried to tell you guys I was not wasting any time. I was not messing around at all. Maduike's development, he was not growing at all. And if you guys see here, Rafael Leao, who transferred to PSG in this save, is now joining Borussia Dortmund, going to be our new winger in the club. I could not be more excited. He's 25 years old, 88 overall, and he is going to be a significant difference maker to the club. Like I said, I am ecstatic. I am thrilled to have him at the club. He is not going to be wearing number 13. I'll give him a number like 10 or something like that. But everybody, I don't like the green boots either. I'm not a huge fan of that, but hey, everybody has their own swag, man. Welcome to the club, to the man, Rafael Leao. I signed him for 108 plus Maduike. So, I mean, hey, we're wheeling and dealing and getting stuff done. It's got to be an A rating. It's going to be a B. It is what it is. Maybe we could have got him for less. Great price, 88 overall. Shout out to the man, Rafael Leao. Welcome to the club, baby. Inter Milan has just come in with a very, very interesting offer. They're giving us this generated Brazilian. I believe, I want to say that it is Roberto Firmino's region. They want our center mid, who I was looking to sell anyways. If we could squeak about 10 mil in for him, I will gladly take on him, and we do. We have a deal, because if you guys will see here, I will negotiate the contract in a second. I have actually sold my youth academy striker. He just was not going for me. He was stuck at an 81 overall. If you look at the business that I've done here, I've actually been doing some crazy business. We brought in Leao, we brought in Alphonso Davies, we sold Gabriel to Real Madrid for 90 mil, Miranda for 62 mil. Our youth academy, his valuation was only 28 mil. We sold him for 52.2, so that is a great deal. We just been wheeling and dealing, so it looks like we're going to be bringing in the center forward and looking for a replacement center mid now with the 61 mil that we have in the bank. Ladies and gentlemen, the final signing of this transfer window is somebody that you guys may know, that you should know. He plays for Bayern Munich in real life. He transferred to Manchester United in this save. It is nobody other than Leon Goretzka. We paid 95 million for him, which is an absolute bargain. An 88 rated 29-year-old. It is going to get us an A rating because we just finessed Manchester United, in my opinion. My boy is he's just going to be an immediate impact to the squad. A rating. They were asking for 122 mil. We got him for 95 million, and that is just an absolute steal, if you ask me. But I feel like that is all the business that we are going to get done in this transfer window. So without further ado, we're going to hop into the simulation, and I will see y'all in January. So we have an issue. Slaughterbeck has picked up an injury. He broke his fibia. He will be out the remainder of the season. And if we want a shot at the Champions League this season alone, he's out for 5 more months. If we want a shot at the Champions League this season, we're going to have to sign a replacement. I have a couple center backs. My budget is very low. I have about 38 mil, but I have a player that I'm willing to throw into the deals. So I feel like I can finesse something. I might be able to squeeze like a David Alaba out and maybe even try to get Rudiger. Rudiger is going to be my first priority. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, I have squeezed every last penny out of the bank. But we have got Antonio Rudiger to the squad. The German is coming home. I gave Naf plus 29.3 mil for him. We literally squeezed every penny out of our budget to get this deal done. And like I said, we needed to do it because we had absolutely nobody to play center back. So, all right, so transfer window deadline day just ended. And let's take a look at the stats here, see what the boys are doing here. I'm not sure if I checked at the end of the second episode. I was actually just thinking about that. But Adeyemi has 14 goals, 5 assists. Kai Havertz 9 and 5. Cardoso 9 and 2. Leao 9 and 2. It seems like they're well distributed. Our Lone, he is 4 and 1. Okay, let's see. We're actually not getting a lot of goals at all for the boys. I just don't want to see that. Maybe I'll need a formation change up. Standing wise, I know we weren't doing too hot in the Bundesliga when I last checked. Yeah, we're sitting in 5th place. That is not what you want to see. DFB Pokal, are we still in this? We are not. We got eliminated early, and I'm not even going to go back that far, but I do want to see who we drew in the Champions League because we did make it out of the group stage kind of slightly, but we drew PSG once again, man. We got 2nd place in our group stage, but we drew PSG for the second year in a row to start the Champions League. So I'll hop into the simulations. I will stop it if I need to. If we make it far in the Champions League, y'all will find out. But if not, I will see y'all at the end of the season. All right, so we are here at the end of the season, and we went on a pretty nice run in the Bundesliga at least, but we got absolutely shafted. We lost 3-1 to PSG in both legs. That definitely didn't go as planned. Our job is now in jeopardy. They want to see results now, but we won the Bundesliga on top once again. Let's see what the squad did. Last time I checked, the goals were just we weren't scoring, and wow, that is one way to transform a season. 27-11 from Adeyemi, Cardoso 20-4, Kai Havertz 19-14, Leao with 13-4. He's honestly been kind of a disappointment if you want me to be honest with you, but Kai Havertz led the team with 14 assists, Adeyemi with 11. We're going to end the season here. Hopefully we don't get sacked. So if you guys know, I did say that I did want to sign a striker, and it looks like I have found Robert Lewandowski's regen. 86 overall, 21 years old. If you guys don't know, he did play for Dortmund for a couple years there. So I'm going to hop into negotiations with the regen and get him into the squad, and he will be my starting striker for this next season. And shout out the free agent market. I have found Kevin Trapp on the free agents. I'm going to bring him into the club. He will be our starting keeper until Kobel comes back from injury. It'll be in about 5 months' time, probably around the January transfer window when he will be back into the starting lineup. But until then, we have found a very good replacement in Kevin Trapp, bringing a German back to his home country. Alright, so this will be our starting lineup for this upcoming season. If this squad is not capable of winning a Champions League, I probably might just give up hope. But Kobel will be obviously sidelined for the next 5 months, so Kevin Trapp will be taking his place. But yeah, this was the squad that we have going into the next season. I will see y'all in the January transfer window. Alright, so we are sitting here in January of season, I've lost track. What are we at? 4? Second place in the Bundesliga. That is what it is. But in the Champions League, we topped our group. I hit the Conference League. All right. In the Champions League, we topped our group. We have drawn Arsenal. We topped our group. We absolutely went crazy. 5 wins, 1 loss. I actually decided that I want to sell one of my goalkeepers and trade him for this auto-generated Switzerland dude from Mönchengladbach. We have been taking every single one of their players, but I'm going to hop into negotiations with them, get him into the club. I'm not even going to show y'all anything else, but just know he will be our new goalkeeper, and I will update y'all as the season progresses. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a situation brewing. We beat Arsenal. We beat Liverpool barely by the skin of our teeth. We have drawn Chelsea. We lose in the first leg. Hopefully we can get it together and win, and we draw. We've been kicked out of the Champions League just before, and I have been fired. Wow. Oh, man. That is one way to start my rebuild journey, and that is just absolutely heartbreaking. I guess that is going to be the end of this episode, man. If you guys did enjoy this, please leave a like. Please hit that subscribe button, and I will see y'all later. Peace.